Everyone but me got a whole barrel.
Yeah.
But
Poppy, aren't you the one talking about how it's not the size that counts?
Shut up.
oh, too funny. But totally sitting over there, just drinking by himself and not paying much attention to anybody or anything.
How big of a table is it? Like 4 people?
You could sit 4 to 6 at it.
I'll try to pull up a chair next to him, tap him on, not like pat him on the shoulder, like, Dolly, my friend, we've heard about some cave light that you've been telling people about.
He kind of jerks back after seeing you. It's kind of like that in the situation where you're at the bar and the big biker puts his hand on you and says, "Hi, my friend." There's a little bit of shock. He's like, what do you want with me?
We're just trying to find out about the light in the cave you've been talking about.
Ah, the witch. The witch. Yes. And he relates to you pretty much the same story that, he was out fishing one night and saw the light on the cave that, has always been rumored to be the location of the Briarstone Witch.
And how long ago did you see this light?
That was 6 or 7 days ago.
Have you been out again since?
No, I haven't.
Were you there the day before you saw it? So there was no light one day, and then the next day there was the light?
I'm out that way kind of often, and I've never seen the light before, except that night.
Say, like every few days, every week, every month?
Yeah, once, twice a week.
So a few days earlier, you're sure that the light wasn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
Seen anything else that's odd while out fishing lately?
Not while fishing, but people are disappearing. There's a lot of strange stuff going on with the witch being back.
You've lived here for a while, right?
Yes, I sure have.
How familiar are you with the people at the fort?
I know a lot of them.
Well, after the fort commander, right, went missing, his deputy, closed the fort, right? That's what we've heard.
Yeah, he sure did. As a matter of fact, I went up there to 2 days after seeing it. I saw it, the light, and it scared me. So I come back and I spent that night thinking about it. And then the next day, people were reporting the kidnappings, and I went to the fort to report it, and that son of a bitch, he's like, what do you want me to do about it? There's no witch, and he shut the door, and
Does that
that
seem
was
like
it.
how he normally acted, or something seems strange to you?
I thought it was a little strange, but there's a lot going on right now, so people aren't exactly who they normally are. Everyone's stressed out and worried.
Speaking of which, do I sense any kind of deceit or anything from him?
No.
We'll see if we can get to the bottom of it, sir. Thanks for your time.
If you want, I can take you to the cave.
That would help if you don't mind.
Uh,
Gonna
for,
let you that?
for 2 silver pieces per passenger, I'll take you right to the cave.
Seems fair to me. What do you guys think?
What about one piece? Can I check?
1 piece, and you buy me a beer the size of the one you have.
We earned the
Okay,
beers.
okay,
They
okay,
earned the
okay.
beers
No,
the
okay, okay,
size they
okay.
have.
I go to the bar and say to her, can you take a cup this size, but only fill half with beer, half with water? Fair.
You're killing us here, man. You're gonna get us beat
I
up.
have to only play that.
I think
Sent this
Leo's
guy.
liking the new character persona.
I'm just saying, if this guy's the one who's taking us to like some cave that needs to be like boated to, we probably don't want him like deciding to just abandon us there because we're assholes. So like, I don't recall, saying I take you back from the cave. Just that I take you to the cave.
Instead of thinking in terms of how to save money, let's think in terms of how big of a tip do we give him to give us help.
And keep in mind, what he's asking is literally
I'm
0.6
so glad I
gold
didn't
pieces
actually say
right
anything
now.
before I rolled that.
I
It's not
already
like
marked
this.
off my 2 silver pieces.
If I had any silver pieces, I'd mark them off. But I literally am flat broke right now.
Do I need to pay for everybody? 8 silver pieces?
Okay, okay.
There, I paid for everybody.
I mean, if
Everybody,
that's fine, I'd appreciate it. Because
everybody
earlier when
pay
I said,
for it.
like, can
Headed
I
to the
get, does
cave.
anyone have 65 gold to spare? I needed exactly 65 gold, and that literally made me broke. So I didn't keep any spending money. That's why it was exactly 65.
This is where the alchemist shines, is in his ability to retain cash.
Clearly.
So I paid the 8 silver pieces.
Let
We are
the
good
gold.
to go.
Okay. He thanks you for the coins, and he leads you down to the dock and shows you his boat. He's mighty proud of it.
Oh, is this the next morning now, or are we trying to go out when it's like 4
Oh,
p.m. or something?
yeah. Do y'all want to wait or go now?
We need sleep, man.
I mean, we did everything, including like fighting the Xandalus and the Tiger
Right.
Man. All that's still in today.
It's been a long day. You all were rowing survivors to the shoreline instead of sleeping. Um, yeah, we'll go back to the inn and you all can have dinner. He agrees to meet you down at the docks in the morning. And we'll give everyone
Okay.
overnight rest.
That's good.
Okay. So the next morning, he's proudly showing off his little dinghy of a boat, and he's
I mean, the
very,
glorious cruise liner of a boat.
in his mind, absolutely. And he, you all get on the boat, and it's probably a 40-minute journey. And he pulls up to this little bit of a shoreline that's sandy and so forth, and you can see that it does indeed have a cave, and let me mask it out here.
No, you don't have to do that for us.
And I guess I might need to share the map with you.
Yay, another dungeon.
Leo charges in.
You land on a small strip of muddy sand choked with reeds. You see the entrance of a low cave ahead of you. There's scraggly vines draping over the top of the cave and hanging down like tangled hair. Are you're really charging ahead there, Leo?
No. Sorry, I lose my attention for 1 minute.
Okay. Everybody back up for a little bit. Let Leo stay where he's at.
Okay.
Um,
I moved Leo. It was
Yeah,
me.
bad boy.
Sorry.
Okay.
yeah, actually, I'm still gonna move y'all back a little further.
We don't even make it off the beach.
It's close. Okay, Leo, are you going to charge ahead like you intended on?
No. I'm not charging. I'm careful, walking, looking.
Okay, would you like to make a perception check?
My high perception check, man.
Did you perceive
Everybody?
and then move, Eric, or move and then perceive?
Perceived and then moved.
Okay. Um, you notice a very fine wire just in front of Leo that stretches across
Stop!
the cave.
Whoa, man! Don't scream like that, man. You'll kill me.
Take a
What
look
is
and listen.
There's a trap here, it looks like, or some kind of wire.
Oh, oh, thank you. You can scream like that.
Uh, um,
I go back.
and examining it, you can tell that it's rigged to some mechanism that looks like it, like a swing-loaded blade slashes at you when you step into range, when you trigger the tripwire.
Seth, any ideas?
I can try to disable it, or we can just. Is it like foot level? We could just step over it, or is it like waist or?
It's foot level. You could step over it.
Should I try to disable it, or should we just try to not step on it? Because if I fail on the disable, then I'll probably be impaled or skewered or cut in half.
But don't you think we should throw some rocks or something like that, to see if the trap will rearm? Because if it's only one-time trap, you don't need to disable it. Throw some rock.
But I think something like this, we'd have to like throw a rope over it and tug on it.
Okay, I have a rope here and a hook.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's say we move back a couple feet and then just toss a rope and a hook over it and trigger it that way and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. This blade comes swinging out and stops midway. and the blade is still it. The blade's right there.
Okay, and I pull again to see if you worm another thing.
Nothing else happens. You're pretty confident that you have indeed triggered the trap.
Okay,
How
let's
much
go.
noise did it make?
Um,
A lot.
no, actually, it was kind of quiet.
Do I hear anything after that happens? No,
Um,
probably not.
nope. And can I get everyone else to make a perception? Okay, Sith,
Yes, sir.
you notice that the vines hanging down over the mouth of the cave appear to be moving a little bit.
I shout out a warning to my compatriots,
The vines, the plants.
and I move off to the side.
Can I figure out anything about why these plants might be moving? I'm assuming knowledge nature would be relevant.
Uh, yes, these gnarled vines, which are as thick as a man's arm, and their leaves look like they're in the shape of a hand. And you're fairly certain that it's probably an assassin vine.
Hey man, throw some oil.
What
Oil
do I
in a
know about
torch.
assassin vines?
One, they move. They're not static. Uh, you know that they look like a normal plant when they're at rest. Um, it's only truly when they're moving that you can tell that they are indeed an assassin vine. And you know that they can also cause plants within 30 feet of it to animate.
Are we near any other plants to worry about this?
Just the massive assassin vine blocking the entrance. Or hanging down from the entrance.
Alright, well, how about we kill it?
How
And
about we start with oil and fire?
roll for initiative.
I
Oh
suck.
man, we should save this 20 to attack.
And Eric, you are up first.
Okay, I'm going to grab my short bow and fire a shot at it while it's still out there. It misses.
I'm checking. I don't have oil in my inventory. Okay then. Sun metal it is. On my weapon. my morning star.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. The assassin vine is really just hanging there. Or let's say the assassin vine drops to the ground. There's the cave entrance is all this tangle of roots and vine.
We should start with some net on Poppy. Sorry, Poppy.
And it takes some damage.
I'm going to drink my mutagen. I assume that's all I can do this turn?
You can't go anywhere without drinking.
I know.
Are we sure Poppy was really the problem?
Say, I just all liquored up now, and he's really fast. Like a
Man,
fast.
do you know you have a problem, eh?
I mean, I drank the mutagen, but then that's all I can do this turn. So I'll
Okay. You should treat yourself, man. That's a nasty habit.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep shooting right now until it moves closer.
Come near. That's it.
You notice that your Morning Star did some damage, but the sun metal actually causes your sword to flame, or is it just the heat effect?
It's
Let me see.
actual fire.
Yes. That's fine.
You notice that the fire just really didn't seem to do any damage.
Okay. That's a good information.
And it's gonna try to slam into you. Which it does quite nicely. And you take a little bit of damage, and
The Sassivan, it looked like the Sassivan can move.
yes, it can move. It's dropped down from the mouth of the cave. It's on the floor, and it does have 5-foot movement.
Okay.
And you notice that when it slammed into you, that the vines tried to wrap around your legs and so forth, but you were quick enough to prevent it from happening.
That's good.
Little shop of horrors, little shop.
Damn, Poppy's a little serious.
Don't you have
Apparently.
power attack? Do you
What?
have power? Do you have power attack?
I do, but I didn't
sh-
use it.
You should use it. His armor class is low. You should use power attack to increase your damage on this kind of creature.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind for if he survives long enough for me to hit him again.
Okay.
Okay, I will take a 5-foot step here, so I got a better shot. Then I will heave a bomb, acid bomb, onto the back corner of him. Oh, are you effing kidding me?
Did you hit
Wah,
us?
wah, wah, wah.
Oh, hold on, it's not all dead. It hits. So it would actually hit him for the 5 points of damage on the front quarter. Right. Let me put an arrow on. I'll show you. Right there.
Okay. And applied the damage.
Oh, I just hit the damage thing. You got to drag it over onto the assassin vine like that. There we go. Take that, assassin vine.
I'm gonna drop the bow and move up to here. And try to stab the sucker. Just does not confirm a crit.
Rats.
And Leo kills the vine.
Yay!
Take that.
Okay, we're out of combat, and you can see ahead in the cave that there is a entrance to your left, and there is a wooden barricade ahead of you that's made of small tree trunks that have been lashed together with thick twine. And you can see loops of rope that are intended to be handles to drag this very heavy obstacle in and out of position.
What does it look like? What does the default position look like?
Closed, I would imagine.
Yeah, it is closed.
But then it's like it was always meant to be back there. It doesn't normally block the entrance to the cave.
Oh no, it's blocking. It's like a door in the cave.
Gotcha.
And then you can see that there's a side branch to the cave there on your left.
Okay, so so you're saying this is just like a wooden barricade? Can we open it towards us with enough strength, or I'm kind of confused exactly what it is.
Picture a homemade door made out of tree trunks, blocking passage down that corridor.
I'm gonna peek around this corner.
You're talking realistically something that weighs about 400 pounds.
It shouldn't be an issue for Poppy to open.
And Poppy, you can see that it opens up into a dark limestone chamber.
Can I see if there's anything or anyone in it?
You do see various tracks in the muddy floor. There's a set of boot marks and you see other strange stumpy marks that you can't readily identify.
Alright, well, I'm gonna tell everyone that there are strange tracks in that room, but there doesn't seem to be anything currently alive in there. And I guess I'll try and open this 400-pound door.
Excellent.
Wimps.
Excellent.
Actually, let me get the door open before I start calling people names. Did it work?
Yes, I'll let you slide the door open and
Wimps.
give me just a second to clean up the combat tracker.
Just out of curiosity, I'm assuming the fact that we were all apparently massive jerks prior to the amnesia is the reason why we couldn't have lawful characters.
Yes. You are correct on that.
Okay.
Okay. As you open, you see a large chamber that's the ceiling is black with soot. You see a table you see a table that's got cooking pots, flask, and other tools set
Where
in
is this?
give me just a second, I'll unmask it. Basically, it looks almost like you walked into a meth lab. That's the kind of feeling that you got. You know, somebody's brewing potions or bombs or something, and those tables and so forth are down in the chair. However, what immediately has your attention, back you up there, Poppy. Oh, that's the
Oh
wolf.
crap!
You see, it's such a beautiful image. Two of these disgusting
Puppy!
wolf-like creatures. Oh my God. I'm so glad you said that. I forgot the dog.
No, I'm hungry.
I was wondering when that was gonna show back up.
Truly, the dog was supposed to turn on you eventually. But it was more fun just to make Eric keep questioning the dog. So,
Oh,
roll
it was a
for...
plot device.
Yes, it was. Roll for initiative. Not a very large one, but... But you see two of these weird wolves, and in the back corner of the room, you see this lady. And
We should talk to her.
Eric, I'm gonna let you go first, and you're pretty confident that these wolves are gonna attack you.
But the
Yeah,
woman.
when I see their guts hanging out of their sides, yeah. Yeah, that's nasty.
Let me hungry, man. I'm hungry now.
What would they even be considered? What knowledge type? I mean, they're fungal wolves. I mean, their nature.
Are you sure you want to be that close?
What would they be? Nature?
Yes, it would be.
Or the 24? What I'm able to tell about them?
Offhand, that they are some sort of. Technically, they are considered a plant. You know that they do have the ability to do a poison spore cloud. And other than that, you know that they've started out as wolves that were infected by some sort of fungus, and it's really turning them into plants. And that's pretty much all you know about them.
They are big, small.
Medium.
I'm gonna walk up to one and stab it in the face like a boss.
Oh shit.
Okay, did you share this information?
Yes.
Can't. Okay. What do you think about Outer Wind? Outer Wind is a spell that can last an hour. On this direction will prevent probably the spores.
That sounds like it could work in theory.
Don't you think we
Then
should
again, wouldn't there need to be some natural wind to be
No.
altered?
That's what I'm looking at. Yes, it enhances or diminishes the effects of natural wind within the spell's area.
So can't be used.
Yeah, you're in a cave, you're lucky to have a breeze.
Okay. You don't know if they are good or not. If they are evil.
They're gross. As a thumb rule in role playing games, if it's gross, it deserves death.
I will come here and attack. You didn't remove the fire damage, the fire effect. It will probably, yes.
It's gone.
Hey, Leo, how come you're only doing a +1 on your damage? Don't you have a strength bonus?
No, he
No,
doesn't.
no, I don't. But +1 is from my Morningstar. My Morningstar is
Well,
a
I see the
+1.
Morningstar +1, but I just okay.
It's a magic one.
Let me know how it works out for you.
Sorry?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I will. Longbow. Got here. I'll go here. I'm gonna drop this on Fungal Wolf 11.
So did Daradella, did she just move towards us without saying anything or anything?
Yeah. She's
And
trying
I'll
to sneak up along the wall. Okay, Fungal Wolf number 11. Releases the spores form. The sores on his body burst, and it forms this cloud of spores.
Fortitude check.
And three of us are perfectly grouped to all get hit at the same time.
Yes.
God damn 15-foot movement speed.
Not all of us.
I didn't say all, I said three.
Ah,
Oh, come on.
I tried the wind, but
And you all need to make a fortitude save.
fuck.
Maybe. Eric, are you gonna make a fortitude save? Report Eric AFK.
15.
Sorry, do you need a fortitude save? Does it hit me or not?
Yeah, you need to make a fort save.
well saved.
Okay, Eric and Poppy saved. And Leo, you did not.
Yeah.
And you take 1 point of constitution damage.
Gasp.
1.
1 point, and you are fatigued for a minute.
Okay.
It is 6 rounds.
A minute is 10 rounds.
Sorry. I don't know why I always get that backwards. I don't know why that's. I guess it's
Because we think
6
in
second
multiples of
combat
10s.
rounds.
Yeah, but we think in multiple of 10s more easily, so.
Okay, and number 4 tries to bite Eric. And hits. And that is not damage, that is damage.
Has damage missed?
And he bites you for 8 points, and I need you to make a dexterity or reflex. And you are still on your feet.
Well, I'm not very happy at this, so I'm stabbing it back. I just run the damn thing through.
You must have been pissed. That was a short dice roll.
Womp.
Got the other wolf. Are you gonna make a move? And Ardella is gonna move up beside Poppy and try to spear her. And misses.
I will. This the spores are no longer in this area, right? It's not like a gas cloud.
Yeah, it's dissipated.
Okay, in that case, I will move 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
And she takes a nice solid hit.
I'm gonna go move down there and ready an action to attack if Poppy flanks. Actually, Poppy's probably not going to do that because it require her to move. Whatever, screw it. I'll just attack, I guess.
Or not.
I didn't say I was going to hit her. I just said I was going to attack.
And now I'm flanking.
So of course you have to eat an attack of opportunity.
How pretend?
How'd you move over there? Did you just move in a straight line? Okay.
And miss.
Huh.
And she tries at Poppy again. And misses. And Guess she's gonna stay where she's at.
I will miss her with an arrow.
I wonder will hit her. Better than actually. There we go. Now, are you casting a spell? I mean, are you going to cast that defensively, or are you going to take an attack of opportunity?
That's touch of electricity. It's not a spell. It's a spell like ability.
Those still provoke.
A touch attack.
The touch attack doesn't. It's the using the spell ability part that does.
So energy damage. Okay.
Unless it says it's something different, but otherwise
Yes.
it would.
If your effect, when you attack with your hands, use an armored strike or single claw or slam, you can apply electricity damage. It's only touch.
It's not a spell-like effect, it's a supernatural effect. It's not spell-like at all. Okay, it's a standard action, you can perform it. It doesn't look like that's going to provoke.
Don't know what I read. I think will not provoke.
Yeah,
But-
I would agree. It doesn't.
So, do damage.
Yep.
That's it.
That
Oh,
one hurt.
Yeah, she felt that one. But she's gonna try and take a spear Leo and misses.
Ha!
I guess I'll just keep attacking. And miss.
Okay, first you say stop attacking attack us and speak. We'll spare your life. She express any reaction?
It's not her turn yet.
5-foot step. I will give her the opportunity to stay alive.
I guess I'll hold my action then to see how she responds.
She drops her spear and puts her hands up in the air, saying that she surrenders.
I'd like to sense mode of that and see how sincere she's being.
You can tell that she's being honest.
I can't.
You can tell she exists.
No?
Yeah.
I mean, if she is being honest, in fact, then he'd get the same result that I am. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to kick her spear out. I mean, is anyone going to actually keep attacking her?
Not if she surrendered.
Okay, so can we assume we're out of combat and I kick her spear away or whatever?
Yes, you can assume that she is that you are out of combat and you kick her spear away.
And start talking.
Okay.
Give me just a second. She's like, don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
Okay. I'll keep my word. I will not kill you. So start to talk.
About what? Well, what do you want me to talk about?
First,
Oh, I know. I heard about these two guys in town that do an excellent comedy routine. Wait, aren't you them? Can I get an autograph?
okay.
So, why are you here? What's the light? Why is there an assassin vine and fungal wolves?
I discovered this grotto a little while ago,
How
and
long ago?
couple of months.
Do I think she's telling the truth?
Absolutely. And I just thought it's away from town, and it's a good place for me to brew my concoctions.
For what?
For people to sell.
Where are you selling them?
To whoever wants to buy them.
Who have you been selling them to?
Oh, the local cultist.
How about some more information on that
That was
part?
strangely honest.
um,
The death match.
Give me just a second here. Yeah, there's some cult members that have come to town recently, and they want some drugs and poisons and so forth. And well, the assassin vine, it's pretty much my pet.
Was.
You should keep your pet on a leash.
How did you meet them?
Well, I went searching for them.
Why?
My reasons are my own.
Are you trying to die?
Well, it's highly possible that these cultists have become a threat to the town, so your reasons are no longer your own.
Yes. Give me the names of the cultists that you sold poisons or potions.
Well, you know, as long as they pay me, I really don't care what they do.
We do. So how did you meet them?
It was arranged for me to meet them by a gentleman I did work for.
Who was?
Count Laos.
When's the last time you saw him?
Probably 3 weeks ago.
And what happened about a week ago, specifically 6 days ago? Also, I want to sense motive that shit.
Um, what are you in reference to? I've been in this cave brewing for the better part of a week and a half now.
About 6 days ago, a local fisherman saw light coming out of this cave. The next day, half the town's leadership disappeared. Does that ring any bells?
Well, the light that he probably saw was when I was opening the door one day or one night. And the disappearances, I know absolutely nothing at all about that.
He's lying. Kill him, Poppy. Kill him.
I think.
Do I think she's being honest?
Yeah, for the most part.
What does for the most part mean in this context?
You think that there may be more to the story, but basically, she's being honest with you.
How did you
Anyway,
meet these cultists and what are their names?
As I said, I was introduced by
No,
Count.
how did you actually make the deliveries or package deliveries or whatever? Get them the materials?
Do they pick up?
They have in the past. We have a couple of drop points, and I leave a package, and there's gold there for me.
Do you have any drops scheduled in the near future? Coming up?
Uh,
Pickups?
I just fulfilled a large order for them the other week, and I
What did you
haven't
make for them?
received any communications. The same thing I always make for them: drugs and poisons.
More specific. What types of drugs? What type of poisons?
They love.
Meth, heroin.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in about to laugh.
Dude, I was so tripping. I saw like wolves, but they're like made of mushrooms, man.
Yeah, I make hallucinogenic mushrooms from my wolves.
Oh my God, we're in Mexico.
But no, they have like I said, they bought a large order, and I haven't received any secret communiques that they're ordering anything else anytime soon.
How would you find out about that you were going to get a communique like that? How was that message passed on to you?
There's a tree nearby that they leave orders for me.
Do you ever leave messages for them?
Only how much it's gonna cost.
But have you ever done something preemptively to inform them of like an issue or something?
I, sir, am a professional. I do not have issues.
You do have plenty of issues,
Everybody
lady.
has
Let's not
issues,
get
and
into
right now
that.
you've got a big issue.
Well, or small issue if you're referring to her.
Short but feisty.
I have 3.5 issues currently.
What type of poison were you giving them?
Some molasses root paste, some blue Winnis. Drugs have, it's just been opium and
What do I know about those poisons? Is there a reason those would be preferred over other ones, or what's the important part about it?
You know that blue Winnis causes constitution damage and unconsciousness. And molasses root paste causes dex damage.
Why would they want those poisons specifically?
I don't ask. They don't tell.
Have they
Sort of
always
like the
wanted just
military.
those?
I'm sorry?
Have they always wanted just those poisons?
Those are two of the most common.
Ever had a very unusual order?
More unusual than drugs and poison together? No.
I meant an unusual type of poison.
Not for these particular customers. I have in the past.
Spell components? Any spell components?
No, I do not make any spell components.
So how do you get outside with the assassin vine there?
As I said, it's my pet. We have been together for a long time, and you'd be surprised how you can make friends with an animal once you feed it.
Don't think that's an animal.
Well, plant, you know what I mean.
Or I suspect you'll need to find a new one.
I suspect so as well.
While Poppy's keeping an eye on her, I want to walk over there. Other people have been looking and look over the ingredients or whatever. Knowledge or arcana or spellcraft or whatever else is relevant to see if I'm noticing
I'll
anything
try
that
to,
stands out to my, trained eye.
I'll try to heal my wounds.
You see a lot of vials. With the assorted equipment that she has on the table and so forth, you pretty much got a fully working alchemist kit. There's 2 doses of belladonna, which is a deadly nightshade. There's some bloodroot. There's some play leaves, which are it's weed. Bay leaf is marijuana. Mildly hallucinogenic smoke that also serves as a powerful sedative. There's a thing of molasses paste root, 3 potions of bark skin, 6 potions of cure light wounds, and 2 potions of hide from animals.
Are you putting these in the inventory?
I'm assuming you are taking them.
Mm-hmm.
Are we leaving her alive or to warn
I
these
figured we'd
customers?
take her back and give her to the detectives to see if they can pry anything else out.
Yes. That was
Makes sense, yeah.
yeah.
And everything's in the party sheet.
Awesome.
The best news is that we don't have to worry about the guards being upset or stopping us or anything because they're all hiding in the fort for whatever reason. Don't mind us just carrying this bound woman. Does anyone have rope to tie her up?
Someone
believe
just
that.
had rope to trigger the
Cooperate, you
trap.
can live. But mess with us or impede us, this is too serious for us to mess around with.
Oh, and just for reference, that is a door there. There's another area to the cave.
Oh.
Go poke around her
Let's go
bedroom.
investigate. I want to look at the door very carefully, like take 20 on perception. So does 26 reveal anything?
It's a wooden barricade just like the other one, except this one is about half the size. And nothing is standing out at all.
I'll gingerly push open the door and look inside. Do I see anything in there?
Okay, it opens up into a 20 foot at its widest rounded cave. You see a scattered pallet of blankets, a wooden wash basin of clean water, and a sturdy chest.
Sith might want to. Well, hang on. I go back over and say, "Where's the key for the chest?"
Do you have any traps on this that room?
She hands you the key, and Leo, she looks at you and says, "No, there's no traps."
Oh. Better not.
Do I get a feeling she's trying to deceive me or anything?
Yes, you do get the feeling she is trying to deceive you.
I want to hold my rapier
Well,
at the neck
liar.
and say, "Let's try that again." What's the deal with your chest?
Um, it has a poison needle trap.
So go there and disarm that for us, or I'll smash your fucking head.
Oh, Leo, you're so enjoying being the bad guy.
How about I say, that's strike one. We only do as many strikes as Poppy can count, and that isn't very high.
I'm a fighter, not a barbarian.
Wait a minute, was that a height joke? She can't count very high. Okay.
I'm gonna start wailing on you idiots in a minute.
Don't be so short-tempered. Be the bigger person.
It's hard to be the bigger person when you're barely 3'5".
She tells you how to disarm the trap.
Okay.
So is Sith able to handle that then, with his disabled device skills?
Do I need
Yeah.
to roll?
No, it's safe for him to handle it. And it's just a little hidden button you push while you turn the key. And you hear the click and the chest opens. And inside it, you see a few changes of clothes. You see a clay jar and a leather pouch. Inside the leather pouch is roughly, no, not roughly, it's 1,694 gold pieces.
That's
Selling
money.
a lot of poison.
And inside the jar, you find 4 small mushrooms. They have red caps dotted with white spots.
Do I know what these are? As an alchemist?
Yeah,
They're
I'll ask
super
her.
mushrooms.
I
And you'll grow.
Yes, you do. They are strong hallucinogenic mushrooms. You know that they have been used for a long time by shamans and other spiritual leaders to enter trances to seek flashes of insight.
It's how
LSD.
it's how Italian plumbers from Brooklyn can go save princesses.
LSD. Simple.
I got that. That was funny. And that's the muscara. That's the muscara mushroom, which is now in the party sheet.
Joy.
And that's all of interest that you do find in that room.
Okay then. Let's take her to the investigator.
Alright, somebody has rope to tie her up. Or
I
use
can do
her
that.
assassin Vine's corpse to tie her up.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. Did I heal myself? I will try to heal myself. I need a healer kit. Sorry, I didn't get it. Forget it.
Are you trying to cure deadly wounds or what?
Yes, yes.
And that takes an hour to do.
Okay.
And then I would just use a charge from the wand and heal yourself, unless you're trying to, unless you don't think you need to preserve spells, in which case cast an actual spell. But I used a wand charge to heal myself.
I will use it.
All right, so just mark off a charge on your wand then.
Okay.
All right, so shall we go outside and find Mr. Tully again?
And you see him, he's just a little bit offshore, and he rows the boat back in, and
We found your witch.
that's not a witch.
Well, she's the one who's been living here.
Ah, so it wasn't a witch after all. Oh my God, I have told everybody that it is a witch.
Maybe we could work on reversing that then.
Did we ever actually confirm that no one else lived there?
Ask her.
Have you been the only one here for the past week?
Me and my animals are the only one.
Okay.
Do I believe her?
Yes, you do.
Be just our luck. We'd say there wasn't a witch, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, my witch will be back tomorrow night." Oh.
So anyway, he pulls the boat in, you all get on board, and he takes you back to the docks in town.
Okay.
And the sleepless agency, she's like, who is this?
The witch in the cave. She's apparently been supplying drugs and poison to cult members in town. Thought you might want to talk to her.
I knew there was a cult in town. Yes, we will be more than happy to deal with her. And she calls in a few guards, and they escort the lady away.
Wait, guards? From what guards?
Well, sleepless agents.
Okay.
Her guards. And, oh, what is that old lady's name?
Are we talking about the Societia?
Cesadia.
She's
Yeah.
not old.
Well.
Look, you see a single wrinkle on her face? I don't.
The dressed like an old lady woman.
She's dressed like a widow. That's what she's dressed like. She's
Uh,
like a Black Widow, basically. And she's redheaded, which means like Scarlett Johansson could play her.
absolutely. She thanks you for investigating that, and she will get the word out to help dispel some of the rumors that um, that the Briarstone Witch. I keep wanting to say the Blair Witch.
Blair Witch Project.
Horrible movie. Um, that to dispel the rumors that the witch hasn't come back, and the witch is not connected with the kidnappings, and she really appreciates your effort and so forth, and says maybe tomorrow you can help me out with something else.
Well, it's still early today. Why wait till tomorrow?
Is it though?
I mean, you said it took an hour. I mean, we presumably were out there at like 8 a.m. We took an hour to go there. That's 9 a.m. Even if we take an hour for the cave, that's 10. Come back, that's 11. Even if we spent another hour talking right now, somehow it's barely noon.
So we have to lunch first. Then we'll help her.
Um, she says, come and see me tomorrow, and I will tell you how you can help. I've got to gather some things. If you all would, go explore the town, relax,
Hang
spread
on. The
spread the
leadership has
word.
disappeared. The
So
fort is on lockdown. We have confirmation of cultists who've been armed with poison and drugs, and you want us to relax.
Until we get past the fact that very few people, if anyone in this town, like us, there's
Oh, yeah,
probably
everyone
not
hates
a
us,
lot we
too.
can do.
okay, let's relax. She said that's good. She was relaxed. Let's relax one day, man. Let's go. Let's go. I start.
Well, you're right. There is an urgency. Tell you what, come back and see me in a couple of hours, and I'll give you another little project.
Okay, okay.
Fair enough.
When you leave the building, I turn to Eric. Guys, did you feel anything strange with her? I think she may be involved. She may be related with the cult. I think we should hide here, right here, around stealth, and see what will happen.
Actually, on a semi-related note, what is the news on Winter today? Like,
Uh,
was she there this morning, or when we went there right now, was she around?
Winter is around. Um, she's not avoiding you. She's just busy.
Can I
And
ask her how much you trust the detective agency?
yeah, you see Winter as you're leaving. She's down the hall, and she stops and says hi and asks how you guys are going and doing, and gives you a brief description about how she's been taking care of the survivors and arranging stuff and so forth. And to answer your question, she's like, they're a detective agency of some renown, and I don't have any reason not to trust them.
Feels like it'd be something to have, nice to have something firmer to go on these days.
Absolutely.
I'll try to hide outside the building and wait.
Okay.
while he talk, and I'm waiting, observing.
How are you hiding? I mean, are you hiding behind the corner? Are you sitting down trying to look?
Why are you hiding?
Okay, first point me where is the building exactly? The one with S?
Yes.
Yes.
Or are you just gonna sit down and act like you're reading a newspaper?
Isn't it some vegetable, some trees,
Yeah, there's some trees right there.
bushes?
Yeah.
So can't I use it?
Yeah, you sure can.
Staying here?
Yeah.
Here. Okay, I'll hide there.
And what do the rest of you want to do?
I'm gonna go back to the inn, get some food, and take a nap.
So, serious question. So we have these poisons and drugs and
Sorry.
stuff.
Spellcraft.
Like, I'm not sure I want to sell that shit to anyone.
It's stealth.
Well, I suggest you go back and spark a bowl and enjoy your little trip.
That's not the way that I meant that. I meant
Man,
Yeah, we're gonna have a party.
we should put it in the beer of someone in the inn. and what?
If you get us thrown out, I'm throwing your ass under the bus to keep my room.
I guess I'll go to the inn too, and I'll try to mingle with people. And there's something specific I'd like to do. Actually, I'm checking it real fast.
Okay.
Okay, I will stay there for a couple hours. Did they see anything strange?
I'll be right back.
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to use diplomacy to gather information. To do this, you must spend 1d4 hours canvassing people at taverns, gathering places, markets. The DC of this check depends upon the obscurity of the information sought. For the most common facts or rumors, it is 10. For obscure secret knowledge, the DC might increase to 20 or higher. The GM might rule that some topics are completely unknown to common folk. So I'm trying to do a diplomacy check. Good roll, please. There we go, 26. And to try to figure out if there's any hints on who in town might have been acting particularly strangely, or new people who might be these cultists or whatever. Try to gather rumors on anything suspicious people have seen, work in the crowds.
You hear a couple of people tell you that there's newcomers to the town staying at the other bar in town called the Stain.
I thought you said there's only one
Stain.
inn. Are you saying that's a bar but not an inn?
Right. He's got um he's not a bed and breakfast, or he's not a bed and bar. Um he's pretty much a bar, but he has a suite that he will occasionally rent out to people, but it's not the place that most people would go and stay.
Okay. You said it's called the Stain?
The Stain, yes sir.
Uh,
And it's on the in the west of the map.
What else do we know about it, or what am I finding out?
Most people that's really, just that there's two newcomers that come to town, um, you know, roughly about a week ago, and that they're staying there. And other than that, everyone's just talking about how strange it is that, the leadership disappeared and that they've shuttered the fort, and, Thank God you got the sleepless agency that's helping out the town.
Okay.
And Leo, can you make a perception check?
Okay. Good.
Okay. Um, how exactly are you hiding in the bushes? Are you sitting down? Are you laying down?
I believe I'm on my knees. Something like that. Depends of the size of the bushes. Something like that.
Okay. All of a sudden, from your right shoulder, you hear a guy's voice, and he goes, "Sultan, how the hell are you? Where you been, man?" And it scares the shit out of you.
And that
uh,
just broke my eardrums.
uh, hello, how are you? First, give my hand. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Where you been? I haven't seen you in a little while.
Oh, let's walk. I'm just. I was checking these bushes, but there's no strawberry here. Let's go down the road. Let's keep it, and we'll keep this conversation.
Oh, come on. You know there's no strawberries. I've been watching you hide in the bushes for 2 hours.
Okay, okay. Let that. So, and how are you?
I'm doing good. Where did you go? Was it fun?
Not, no, not fun. Really not fun.
Did
Uh,
you hear? Did you hear about what was going on with the Count? I heard that he left town just before you turned back up. Are you still working for him?
mm, so, because of my disappearing, my time out, I don't really know. We should. Do you know who is working with him right now? I believe I want to ask for my job back.
Uh, it looks like he's hired some new people over at Iris Hill. Some of them are pretty creepy. Certainly not from around here.
Do you know where these people are living or staying?
Uh, yeah, the people that he hired are over at Iris Hill. You know, his home.
Okay. Mm.
Just to
Uh,
clarify what I've been hearing here, out of character, you're saying Laos is at Iris Hill right now? Or the new people?
Yes. Iris Hill is actually Count Lau's home.
Where is that
okay.
relative to here?
Give me just a second. I'll find it on the map.
Is that in the town?
Yes, Iris Hill, up in the northwest corner. Where you see, guess that's a little fountain.
Okay.
Okay,
Does he own
then.
that entire section of 5 buildings?
Half a second. Let me pull up the map to answer that one. Yes. All that. It's mounted up on a little hilltop. It's a little hard to see right there, but there is a hedgerow that goes all the way around that section, and those buildings are part of Iris Hill.
Okay. And do you know any of these guys where they live, where they drink?
Uh, no, we he He fired most everybody that was working for him.
Okay, that's strange, man. That's really strange.
And let's see. Give me just a second.
I'm back.
You know, he fired the servants and everybody, and he replaced them with these. They're very peculiar foreigners, and you know they come in on a ship, and you know
Oh.
I'm kind of wondering if it wasn't a slave ship, but uh, other than their arrival, no one's seen them outside of Iris Hill.
Ah, and that old man in the harbor, that I don't remember his name. He still work there. I'm lying. I'm throwing something.
Oh, you're lying.
Yes, I'm only asking if he knows someone in the harbor that may know the ship.
um, I'm sure you could talk with the harbor master. Are you okay? Uh,
Oh, I drank too much last night. Drink too much last night, and I have some headache. I'm looking for something to cure it. But no problem, no problem. I believe another beer may solve it.
you know, there's just something different about you, and of course, you know, uh, old Meb. You know, he said that you all got shipped off to the asylum, but you know, he's always making up stories about folks. And
Yes.
then he looks at you and he goes, "That's not true, is it?"
In part, in part. I should have more time to tell you the whole story. So
There was some shady magic shit going down in the asylum, and we were over there helping sort it
Are
out.
you there? I don't think you're right there.
I don't know where I am. I want to wait for
You're
like 2 minutes.
drinking. This
Yeah,
conversation is
you're
going on at the
drinking.
detective agency.
okay,
Okay.
I'm taking this old friend to Jane. Okay, so we can drink another beer, and they may ask questions too. I'm taking this guy. I don't remember his name, but I'm taking him to Jane. Come on, let's go. Let's keep this conversation. I will buy you a beer.
Cool, I'm down with that.
Ah, okay. I will buy you some milk. Okay. And how's the work? How's your work? How's going your work?
Well, you know, make $1 any way that I can.
Hey, tell me more. Tell me more. I need to know how is your business. How this business is going in the city.
Uh, Business is business. Are you sure you're okay? You're acting a little weird.
It's only my headache. Only my headache, man. Should not care about that.
Okay, by this time you've made it back to the bar.
Okay. I will present him to the other guys. Oh, sit with her. Sit here with us.
Oh, he's like, "Hey guys, how are you all?" You know, he acts like he knows you. You know, I'm really surprised they let Poppy back in here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we
We
greased
paid
some
off my tab.
palms.
What a fight that was.
What was the final tally again? I forget.
uh, well, the final tally was Poppy spending the night in a holding cell. But, you know, she held her own against those 6 soldiers from the fort.
Is that why they
Oh,
shut down the whole fort? They're scared to fight her again?
uh, no one's really sure why they shut down the fort. I think that uh, Constable Cecil is just he's a wimp. But then again, I'm not in his position when my boss and his boss disappears.
Okay.
So what's been the local news lately while we were gone?
You mean aside from you guys being shipped to the asylum, that old Meg, he's such a kidder. But
Well, the Count had some stuff he wanted dealt with there, so.
yeah, people haven't seen the Count in like about a week. No one's really sure where he went or what he's up to. And can I have a beer now?
Okay, bring a beer. No, stay sit. I will take it for you. I go to the bar. I take 2 beer and 4 beers, five beers, one for each one. If the innkeeper let me take one to the puppy, I don't know if she will let me. But if she let me, I will take 5. And I will, if I can, I will put some flay leaf in the beer of my friend.
Oh shit. Okay, he accepts the beer and he's like, "Damn, this is good beer," and he's drinking it. He's like, "So what did you guys do for Laos? The last time I saw you all, you were poking around that old Pier 19. It looked like you were stuffing something up underneath the dock. That is a pretty good hiding place if, you're going to leave town for a few days." Everybody's still scared off of that pier after that creature melted Jano, Mermal, and Corinne a few years ago, so no one's going to go poking around your stuff.
Oh, pretty clever, wasn't it? But, boss's orders can't talk much more about it than that. But apparently the boss had interest, I guess, in one of the asylum patients, some Vandalist guy. You ever hear anything about that?
Oh, the crazy old nut job at the asylum that does the wonderful drawings.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, that's all I know about him. He's a good artist.
Well, unfortunately, he seems to be dead now. We went there, what Laos wanted us to do, look into some stuff, and some crazy shit happened while we were there.
He
Yeah,
turned
to
into
put
an evil spirit monster, so we flattened him.
cost of doing business,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go take another
I'm glad
beer.
you're all back.
I'll go
It's
take
good to be
another beer.
back.
What are you doing, Leo?
I will take another beer to him, this time with more Layleaf. Layleaf. Increasing the dose slowly so he will not feel it. He will not feel
No, he definitely won't feel it until he feels it.
it. Yeah.
um. Okay. After he finishes this beer, he's whoa, that beer went straight to my head.
That's another recipe, dwarven recipe beer they are trying.
I like it.
Right now he have a bigger penalty against mind effect and this kind of thing. We can take information. We can try take information where he knows. Okay, man, my friend, talk about that history. When you know me.
Um, well, first of all, he starts off by recounting the story that everyone loves about Poppy fighting the guards, and he talks about odd jobs that he's done with you all. He's talking about poker night.
Okay, and valuable information. What we can take about it? What kind of job we usually do to the count? Where we come from? How long we stay in the town? Can we take somehow take this information?
Um, and through the course of listening, um, you are convinced that he's convinced that he does know you and has known you all for at least a couple of years. Um, he, through some of the stories, he's talked about, the occasional odd jobs that you all have done for the count. Um, you all have done a little bit of money collecting. You've done some intimidation. Um,
Thug life.
yeah, a lot of it's thug life and um, Eric. He's like, I really like you, but I don't have that many stories about you. You and the Count always had your head in some book.
Well,
And you're always about the researching.
I just do what I can.
Dan, are you going to give him another beer?
Of course, of course. I will go take another and put more
And
weed.
and he passes out.
Okay. I will let him in some song.
Head hits the table loudly, and he's starting to snore, and the other people in the bar are looking over at you.
I'll put him in the room, the up home room. Okay, stay there. Put him in the bed with a bucket side. And okay, I go down. And now, guys, what do you think we should do?
Guys, now is a really good stopping point for this adventure.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. That was fun.
Yes, I think you really enjoyed it, Leo. So anyway, just to do a quick recap, he did point out that you all did stash something at
Pure
pier number
19,
19.
where Creature melted stuff before.
Yes.
There's 2 newcomers at the Stain. Lyles is apparently at Iris Hill in town, likely.
So Iris Hill is our next stop.
I would say Pure 19 and the Stain first. I'm not sure we want to go after Lyles quite yet until we find out more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool. Well, that was session number 9.
Yeah,
Something like
Yeah.
great
that.
job.